Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter Dollar from the United States of America. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a quarter. What's so special about it? But that's exactly where the magic lies. This isn't just a piece of metal. It's a story, a snapshot of American history. And for some lucky collectors out there, it might even be a life-changing find. Let's take a closer look at this iconic coin. Released in 2001 as the 15th quarter in the legendary 50 State Quarters program, the Kentucky State Quarter is more than just a tribute to a state. It's a celebration of tradition, music, and heritage. The reverse side of the coin is a true work of art. It features a stately federal-style mansion known as Federal Hill, the inspiration behind the classic American ballad, My Old Kentucky Home. In front of the mansion, there's a strong and elegant thoroughbred horse standing behind a wooden fence, paying homage to Kentucky's rich legacy in horse racing and its rolling bluegrass fields. The words, My Old Kentucky Home, arch above the design. In the year 1792, the year Kentucky joined the Union, is proudly displayed below. The artwork is elegant, symbolic, and tells a story of pride and history. And while millions of these coins were minted and released into circulation, not all Kentucky quarters are created equal. You see, some of these quarters have something extra, something that sets them apart from the rest and makes them incredibly valuable. That something is minting errors. Let's talk about these rare and fascinating errors that can take a humble 25-cent piece and turn it into a coveted prize for collectors around the world. One of the most sought-after errors found on some Kentucky quarters is the double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once with misaligned dies, creating a doubled effect in the text or design. You might notice it in the words United States of America, Kentucky, or even in the intricate lines of the mansion or the horse's mane. It's subtle, but once you see it, you'll know just how special it is. Another rare variation involves off-center strikes. These coins are misaligned during the striking process, causing the design to appear shifted or incomplete. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin can become, especially if the date is still visible. And then there are coins missing their clad layers. This gives them a strange coppery appearance or causes one side to look dramatically different from the other. These planchet errors are incredibly rare and have been known to fetch high prices at coin shows and online auctions. Collectors also get excited about coins that are struck on the wrong metal. That's right, some quarters are mistakenly struck on blanks meant for nickels or dimes, and those errors are like gold in the collecting world. These are often lighter or heavier than a normal quarter, and if you spot one, you're holding something very special. But here's the thing that makes the Kentucky 2001 quarter even more intriguing. These rare error coins are extremely limited. Most people who had them never realized what they were holding. They were spent, exchanged, and passed on like any ordinary coin. That's why finding one today is so exciting, because it's like uncovering buried treasure in plain sight. And the condition of the coin matters, too. Coins that are uncirculated, with no scratches, dents, or signs of wear, especially those with errors, are worth far more. Collectors will pay top dollar for a quarter in pristine condition that features one of these rare minting mistakes. So, what's the most someone has paid for one of these? Are you ready for this? A Kentucky State Quarter from 2001, featuring a rare error and an exceptional uncirculated condition, has been sold for as much as $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. $80,000. From a single quarter that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. It's discoveries like this that keep the world of coin collecting alive with excitement and possibility. So before you spin that quarter, take a second look. Check the date. Study the design. Examine the condition, because the next great treasure might already be in your hand. Top 2, we're diving into the majestic world of the 2007 Idaho State Quarter Dollar from the United States of America. You may have seen this coin before and thought nothing of it. After all, it's just a quarter, right? But what if I told you that this little piece of metal could hold a secret? A secret so rare and valuable that the right version of this coin could be worth more than a luxury car or even a college education. Sounds unbelievable. Stick with me, Because what you're about to learn might just make you dig through your coin jar tonight. Let's start with the story behind the Idaho State Quarter. Released in 2007 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, this coin was the 43rd quarter in the series. The design on the reverse side is absolutely stunning and full of meaning. It features the peregrine falcon, wings spread wide, eyes sharp and focused, flying gracefully across the sky. The background shows an outline of the state of Idaho, and above it, the state's proud motto, Esto Perpetua, Latin for Let It Be Perpetual. This bird isn't just for show. The peregrine falcon is one of the fastest animals on Earth, capable of diving at speeds over 200 miles per hour. It represents power, precision, and survival, qualities that reflect the spirit of Idaho and its rugged wilderness. But what makes this quarter more than just a beautiful tribute to Idaho? Why are some of these coins worth serious money while others remain just pocket change? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and most importantly, minting errors. You see, not every coin that rolls out of the U.S. Mint is perfect. In fact, mistakes sometimes happen during the production process. And when they do, those mistakes can create incredibly rare coins that collectors go absolutely wild for. Let's talk about the types of errors that make a 2007 Idaho quarter truly special. One of the most well-known and valuable errors is the double die. This occurs when the coin's design is stamped twice, slightly misaligned. The result? Letters and images that appear shadowed or doubled, especially noticeable in the words United States of America, Idaho, or even in the fine lines of the falcon's wings. If you've got one of these in crisp, uncirculated condition, it could be extremely valuable. Then there's the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where part of the design is missing because it wasn't centered properly when struck. The more dramatic the shift, while still showing the date, the more desirable the coin becomes. Another rare error is the missing clad layer. Normally, quarters are made of a copper core with a nickel coating, but sometimes that top layer is missing, giving the coin an unusual reddish or copper tone. These coins are highly collectible because the mistake is clear and easy to verify. Even more rare are wrong planchet errors, where a quarter is mistakenly struck on a blank mint for a penny or another denomination. These coins often look odd in size, weight, or color, and if you find one, you've found a true minting marvel. But wait, there's more. In some ultra-rare cases, multiple errors appear on the same coin, such as a double die combined with an off-center strike. These combinations are the holy grail for serious collectors. They're not just rare, they're practically one of a kind. Now, let's not forget the importance of condition. A coin fresh from the mint, untouched, with a brilliant shine and no scratches, is called uncirculated. If your Idaho quarter is both error-filled and uncirculated, its value could skyrocket. And speaking of value, you've waited patiently. You've learned the history, the errors, and what to look for. So here it is, the moment you've been waiting for, a 2007 Idaho State quarter dollar, with the right combination of minting errors and an exceptional uncirculated condition, has been sold in private sales and auctions for as much as $77,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $77,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. That's the power of rarity, beauty, and error combined. So before you drop your next quarter into a vending machine, take a closer look. Check the year. Examine the details. You could be holding a piece of treasure disguised as everyday change. Top 3, we're taking you deep into the natural beauty of Virginia, right into the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, as we explore a coin that's not just breathtaking to look at, but could also be hiding a rare and expensive secret. Yes, we're talking about the 2014 Shenandoah National Park quarter dollar, part of the United States Mint's America the Beautiful Quarters program. This coin might seem like a simple 25-cent piece at first glance, but don't let that fool you. For sharp-eyed collectors and lucky finders, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Now, before we talk about the dollar signs, let's admire the design and symbolism of this stunning quarter. Issued in 2014, this coin pays tribute to Shenandoah National Park, a breathtaking stretch of land nestled in the mountains of Virginia. Known for its rolling hills, scenic skyline drive, and panoramic views, the park attracts millions of visitors each year. And the coin? It captures that experience in metal dot on the reverse side of the quarter, You'll find a hiker standing atop a rocky overlook, gazing across the vast expanse of the Appalachian wilderness. The details are beautifully rendered: the texture of the rocks, the flow of the landscape, even the posture of the hiker. It's a celebration of nature, freedom, and exploration, all in a coin-sized canvas. This is more than just currency. It's American artistry. But as any collector knows, the real value of a coin often lies in what went wrong at the mint. That's right, we're talking about minting errors, and the Shenandoah Quarter has had its share of them. While millions of these coins were produced and sent into circulation, only a tiny handful emerged with rare and desirable mistakes. One of the most sought-after errors found on the Shenandoah Quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin design is struck twice, but just slightly off from the original strike. The result? A ghostly doubling effect on parts of the design or text, especially around United States of America, Shenandoah, or even the hiker's silhouette. These double impressions are eye-catching, and collectors go crazy for them. Another known error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't aligned correctly in the press, leading to a final product where the image is shifted or cut off. The more dramatic the off-center strike, especially if the date is still visible, the higher its value climbs. There's also the clad layer missing error. Most quarters are made of a copper-nickel sandwich, but when one of those layers goes missing, it leaves behind a coppery tone or rough texture that makes the coin immediately stand out. These errors are highly collectible and often command impressive prices at auctions. In extremely rare cases, a Shenandoah quarter might be struck on the wrong planchet, say, a blank intended for a dime or foreign coin. These wrong planchet errors are some of the rarest types you can find, and they can dramatically multiply the value of an already unique coin. And don't forget the role of condition. A coin with even a small error can jump in value if it's in mint state or uncirculated condition. Sharp edges, full luster, and flawless surfaces are what collectors dream of. Combine that with a rare error and you've got a coin that goes from pocket change to priceless. What makes all this even more exciting is the possibility that these coins are still out there, in jars, drawers, rolls of quarters from the bank, or change from a store. You don't have to be a professional numismatist to find one. All it takes is curiosity, a good eye, and a little luck. So, just how much could one of these rare Shenandoah 2014 quarters be worth if it features a significant minting error and is in top-notch condition? Hold on to your seats, because one of these rare coins has been valued as high as $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. $77,000. From a coin you could find in your spare change. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. Every coin has a story, a mystery, and in some cases, a hidden fortune. So don't overlook that quarter in your wallet. Flip it over. Check the date. Look closely at the design. You just might be holding a national park, a piece of art, and a rare collectible, all in one. We're diving into the fascinating world of the Guam Quarter, a coin that not only represents a beautiful U.S. territory, but also holds secrets that have caught the attention of collectors around the world. Stick with us, because we're about to explore what makes this coin special, what rare errors to look out for, and just how much one of these coins could be worth if you find the right one. Let's begin with the story behind the coin. In 2009, as part of the District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarters program, the U.S. Mint released 6 quarters honoring American territories, and Guam was one of them. This wasn't just any coin. It was the very first quarter to feature Guam, a territory rich in culture, history, and significance. Take a look at the design. On the reverse side, you'll see the outline of Guam, along with a flying prow, a traditional Chamorro sailing vessel used by the indigenous people of the island. To the left of the prow is a stone latte pillar, a symbol of strength and identity deeply rooted in Guam's cultural heritage. These pillars are iconic in Chamorro architecture and serve as a proud symbol of the island's resilience and ancient traditions. The words Guam and E pluribus unum are inscribed above and below, along with the year 2009. It's a clean, powerful design that tells the story of a small island with a big legacy. But here's where things get even more interesting, especially for collectors. You see, while millions of Guam quarters were produced, only a small number have been discovered with rare minting errors. And these are the coins that collectors are desperately trying to find. Now, let's talk about some of these errors that can make your 2009 Guam Quarter worth far more than just 25 cents. One of the most valuable types of error is the double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once with misaligned dies, causing certain areas, like the lettering or design elements, to appear slightly doubled. If you spot doubling in the words Guam, United States of America, or even around the edges of the latte stone or prow, don't ignore it. You might be holding something very rare. Next up is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin isn't properly centered in the press during minting. The result? A lopsided or cut-off image where parts of the design are missing. The more off-center it is, while still showing the date, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another highly desirable error is the clad layer missing error. Quarters are made of layers of copper and nickel, but sometimes one of those layers is missing. When this happens, the coin takes on a strange coppery or dull appearance and can feel lighter than usual. It's an obvious visual cue, and collectors love coins with this kind of dramatic appearance. One of the rarest errors, though, is the wrong planchet error, when a Guam quarter is mistakenly struck on a blank mint for a different denomination, such as a dime or a foreign coin. These are truly rare finds, and their odd appearance, wrong weight, smaller size, or even unusual coloration immediately sets them apart from the rest. And don't underestimate the importance of condition. A 2009 Guam quarter with a significant error might already be rare, but if it's in mint state or uncirculated condition, with sharp edges, full luster, and no wear, its value multiplies. Collectors are always searching for that perfect specimen that checks all the boxes: error, rarity, and pristine condition. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. How much could a rare 2009 Guam quarter actually be worth? Well, based on recent collector demand, auction results, and confirmed sales of high-grade error coins, a rare Guam quarter featuring a prominent mint error and preserved in excellent uncirculated condition has been valued at up to $74,000. Yes, you heard that right. $74,000 for a single quarter. A coin that might be sitting unnoticed in a jar, a drawer, or a bankroll right now. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about the money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the joy of learning, and the passion for history. Every coin is a miniature time capsule, and some just happen to be buried treasure in plain sight. So, if you have a Guam quarter in your collection, or you come across one in your change, take a closer look. Examine the details. Check the edges. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, missing layers, or anything that seems unusual. Because you never know, the next great coin discovery could be in your very own hands. Top 5. We're going back to the dawn of the millennium, to the year 2000, to take a closer look at one very special piece of American currency that could be worth far more than the face value stamped on it. Yes, we're talking about the Massachusetts state quarter dollar, released in 2000 as part of the legendary 50 state quarters program by the United States Mint. Now, at first glance, it might look like just another quarter you'd find in your spare change. But what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could be hiding a rare secret? A detail so unique, so valuable, that some versions of this coin have sold for thousands. Yes, thousands of dollars. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear might make you start checking your change a little more closely. Let's start with the story behind the coin. The Massachusetts quarter was the sixth coin released in the 50 state quarter series and the first one issued in the year 2000. The design on the back is rich with symbolism. It features the Minuteman, a statue of a colonial soldier holding a musket, an iconic tribute to Massachusetts' role in the American Revolution. Behind the figure is an outline of the state itself, proudly showing the birthplace of liberty and revolution. The inscription, "The Bay State," reminds us of Massachusetts' nickname, tying history, culture, and pride into a single design. It's more than just a coin. It's a patriotic piece of art. But what turns this commemorative coin into something truly special for collectors isn't just its design. It's the errors and rare variations that appeared during minting. You see, while millions of these coins were struck and circulated, a tiny fraction of them came out of the mint with flaws, mistakes that would end up making them incredibly rare and shockingly valuable. Let's take a look at some of these minting errors you should be watching for. First up is the double die error. one of the most famous and valuable types of coin errors. This occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, but slightly off, creating a doubling effect on the lettering or design. You might spot it in the words Massachusetts, the Bay State, or even around the sharp edges of the Minuteman's musket. If your coin has this doubling, especially in mint state condition, it's a major sign of value. Next, there's the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin, called a planchet, isn't perfectly aligned with the die. The result? A design that's shifted or even partially missing. If the off-center strike is dramatic, but still shows the date and mint mark, collectors will pay top dollar for it. Another rare mistake is the clad layer missing error. Most quarters are made of a copper core sandwiched between two layers of nickel. But sometimes, one of these layers is missing, making the coin appear reddish or copper-colored on one side. This mistake is instantly visible and instantly valuable to collectors. There are even some Massachusetts quarters that were mistakenly struck on the wrong type of blank, planchets intended for other coins like dimes, nickels, or even foreign coins. These wrong planchet errors are incredibly rare, and their unusual weight, size, or look makes them standout finds. Now here's something important to remember. A coin's condition matters just as much as the error itself. A Massachusetts quarter with one of these minting errors in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning it has no scratches, no wear, and retains its original luster, can multiply in value dramatically. Collectors are always looking for the cleanest, sharpest examples of error coins. And let's not forget about die cracks, rim cuts, and strike-through errors, all of which are smaller minting mistakes that can still raise the value of a coin if they're rare and clearly visible. Oh, now the big question. Just how much can a 2000 Massachusetts quarter be worth if it has one of these rare errors and is in outstanding condition? Well, based on real sales and auctions, and among serious coin collectors, a Massachusetts quarter with a dramatic error, like a double die or off-center strike, preserved in mint condition, has been valued at up to $71,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $71,000 for a single quarter. A coin you could easily overlook in your change if you're not paying attention. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just about finding something old. It's about discovering the rare, the unique, the misprinted pieces of history that slipped through the cracks and made it out into the world. It's about turning a moment of curiosity into a story worth telling, and sometimes into serious cash. So before you spend that Massachusetts quarter in the vending machine, take a closer look. Flip it over. Study the design. Look for those tiny errors that make all the difference. You never know. You might be holding a rare coin that's worth more than you could have ever imagined. Thanks for joining us on this coin hunting adventure. If you enjoyed the story of the Massachusetts State Quarter and want to learn more about rare coins hiding in plain sight, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap that bell icon so you never miss another hidden treasure. Until next time, stay curious, stay observant, and as always, happy collecting.